All you gotta do is hush, you ain't gotta say much when you make that right connection. If you wanna double up, keep the money in the tub, I can put you in the right direction. I can never get enough, all I got is us, I speak the true confessions. Everything goes smooth cause I stay on the move and make them right connections. All you gotta do is hush, you ain't gotta say much when you make them right connections. If you wanna double up, keep the money in the tub, I can put you in the right direction. I can never get enough, all I got is us, I speak the true confession. Everything goes smooth cause I stay on the move and make them right connections.
You already know the vibes. We are here. We are here with the Culture Connection, and y'all already know the vibes. When y'all see Cari, baby, next to me, you know what type of time we on. We are here to make these cultures connect. What's going on with you, Cari? How you doing?
What is going on in the kitchen? All the time. What's going on in the kitchen? Because, as you know, I don't have my underground radio studio like I used to because I had to move. So my little kitchen is my studio. So I always say, what's going on in the kitchen?
Cooking in the kitchen. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we doing. We cooking up in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, man? What's going on in the world of Cari? How you doing?
In the world of Cari. It's been show after show after show, just like you.
Yes.
It's been crazy. But the nice thing is that it's getting nicer out, which is great. I don't know what it's like in Chicago, but here in Calgary, it is like spring fever happening, and it's just like everyone's out, the hustle bustle, and it's just kind of fun. You know, I actually went to the Flames game on Thursday. So Thursday, it was Calgary Flames against LA Kings, and I'm actually a huge LA Kings fan. So, and I just I was so thrilled that they were here, and I was like, I gotta go to the game.
Look, you never cease to amaze me. You know what I'm talking about? I know you be over there vibing, so you definitely with the shits, you know what I'm saying? And now you like sports, you know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? That's super dope, man, you know? And that's one of the things when we talk about this man and woman thing, you know what I'm saying? Men always want women that like their interests, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the topic of what we're gonna talk about a little bit today. We're gonna get into this man-woman thing, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing new under the sun, but this man-woman thing never gets old. And I know you have some stuff on your mind when it comes to this topic, Cari, you know what I'm saying?
All the time. I'm like, what are guys thinking? Like, why do they like sports so much? And why do they like this? And why do they like that? But, you know, as you kind of, I've had a lot of guy friends growing up and things like that. And it's just you see I don't know, guys tend to have it's like a boys club. You know,
it is though. It is. You know what I'm saying? Like we want our time, you know what I'm saying? Men want their time to, you know, get away and do their own thing. But you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like having a lady next to you. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to iHipHop TV in the building. What's going on? We appreciate all the love, all the support, man. Y'all tap in, you know what I'm saying? But you know, man, it's a guys club, but you know, like sometimes, you know, we just need that peace of mind. Especially when, you know what I'm saying, your woman come home and it's you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I have to say that because I do have an interest in sports, and I've kind of studied men a little bit, and I actually kind of know why you guys like to come home and just relax, and you don't want that. Because is really annoying, and I myself don't even like girls that are all like
right.
So I find okay, you guys work in same amount of hours. Just depends on your type of schedules, right?
Yeah.
Some guys are on at 5 a.m. and they're not back till 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, and it's just straight they have to deal with their bosses, they have to deal with coworkers, they have to deal with traffic, they have to deal with who knows. Whatever else in the day, messages from crazy people on social media. They have to deal with everything in their lives. So it's for them to be able to come home, and home is their safe haven, right? Everyone wants to just go home. That's like the main thing at the end of the day. Even though like sometimes I'm working from home, sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to just work and then just relax at home. So it's like, go to work, come home, and just be able to put your feet up and relax instead of like having to fight with someone else at home, even if it's just something small. No one wants to hear it. No one wants to be nagged about it. So I completely agree that whoever you are, man or woman, come home, relax, enjoy your day, you know?
Yeah.
That's like, you guys deserve it. You do. You work extremely hard. And I don't think enough women actually know that. You know, they just think you're out there, you know, like you see those little videos of like, men think we're out here cheating on them, and the men are like by the pools and they're slashing each other and they're doing this and they're
that'd be the thing. Like what you think we're doing, but faces versus what we're actually doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a big difference. But let's not be crazy. You know what I'm saying? It is a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, underhanded stuff going on too. And we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about cheating, man, why is it? What in your opinion do you think was gonna make a woman really ready to cheat? Because in my experience, now this is my, you know, my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now, unless you're dealing with a woman that's just, you know, free. I'm gonna make it real easy. Like she just free. She just loose with the cooch. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Unless you know what I'm saying? She's a little free. Unless you're dealing with a woman like that, you know, and it shouts out to you. No slut shaming, you know what I'm saying? But usually when a woman cheats, it's been a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a lot going on. It takes a lot for a woman to cheat. I could be wrong. So like, am I right or am I wrong? Like what is it that really pushes a woman to really want to cheat? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it does take a lot for someone to want to go and cheat.
Especially a woman. Now, we're not talking about us. It's different for us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, we'll get to yours after. It's true. I think for women, you know, it takes a lot because you're with someone and they're the main provider for you in every type of way, right? Mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially. Yeah. So if you consistently, you know, you're always looking to them for that provision and something slacks on that end, mostly the emotional side and the physical side, then things can tend to slip a bit because you're like, well, if he's not going to give you the attention, then how you doing over there, right?
Look at us.
Right? Oh, he isn't doing this for me anymore, and he isn't doing this for me anymore.
Right.
You know,
ain't nothing like a good old excuse, huh? Nothing like a good old excuse.
I think but I think you kind of have to realize again, like if your man is at work a long hours of the day, you know, is he at work? These are things you're going to have through your head. Or is he at work? Is he seeing someone else? What's going on? Is he, you know, going around me? Is he, but are you communicating where you're at work? You know, have that trust and that, you know, back and forth of just like, oh yeah, I'm at work. I'm thinking about you. Maybe, you know, that would be feeding into, you know, your stability of the relationship instead of thinking, well, he hasn't contacted me in hours. Is he at work? Who knows, right? Like if you're not on the same page with things could go south. And that's a big, huge thing with any part of a relationship to, you know, for that loyalty and just be like, oh, hey, you have to have that trust, number one, out of anywhere. Trust and respect are the two main things, I think.
Very much so. Very much so.
Hey, I'm at work and, you know, and if you can, take her to work and show her where you work or, you know, you want to be able to just be like, okay, be proud of where you're working and bring her kind of into that life a little bit, you know? So it is shout out to the gang.
Shouts out, man. Oh, she's tired of him cheating. So if he can't beat him, join him. Yeah.
So maybe, but we don't know, that's speculation, right? But you don't want to, that's why you need that communication. It's just like, wait, is he avoiding me from coming home from work, or is he actually at work all these long hours, and then just kind of go from there? But there's other things, like you'll notice, you know, maybe he's not talking to you as much. He's not as cuddly as much. He's not like himself, how he used to be, things like that. So then you speculate, you know, like you may think something's off, and then you're just like, okay, well, he doesn't want to give me that attention anymore. And then you're going to go somewhere else and seek it from somewhere else. Or quite possibly, I've heard of people, you know, that are just like, they gain tons of weight and they don't look the same. And that can go men or women, right? Women have babies, they don't look the same, and men are like, you know, she's not attractive anymore.
Absolutely.
I don't want to do with that, right?
That's
or
the thing.
Yeah. So like I find, you know, keep fit, keep, you know, do activities together, even, you know, even though the man works so many hours, he's home, he's tired, go for an evening walk, you know, do something on the weekend, something physical together, because that's bonding time too, as well. So it's like you're creating that intimacy even as you're working out as well. It's not always physical sex intimacy, right?
Absolutely.
So there's different ways of that. So, you know, to be able to create that together so she feels more secure of her own body, even though maybe both of you put on some pounds like over the past couple of years, quite possible, but both of you can be active together and be able to be like, okay, you know, you're proud of each other, you're doing it together, and then you're still showing that affection for each other, right? So I think really clearly it all boils down to just like those red flags of like, oh, he doesn't seem himself anymore. Maybe I need to go somewhere else, or, you know, he's not sending those cute little flirty messages and someone else on social media is starting to hit on you or things like that, right? Whereas, you know, if you're in a great relationship, you should automatically be able to turn people away, no problem, and be like, because, you know, I've had people hit on me before, like many years ago, and I was just like, I'm sorry, I'm taken, and they would still hit on you.
It don't matter.
Like, oh, you're so attractive, you're this or that or whatever. And it's just like, do you not get the hint? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not available. And you have to block these people, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, there might be that possibility where the girl's going, well, you know, this guy's got something here. And
shouts out to the coaching gang, as long as her name is not Jada. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jada getting a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? Jada Pinkett Smith is getting a bad rep when we talk about the ladies and just this whole cheating thing. You know what I mean? Like
entanglement.
Entanglement. You know what I'm talking about? Like she got Will out here smacking people. You know what I'm talking about? She got Will out here smacking people, crying, crazy out here, feeling like he got to prove himself. Got him looking like Carlton Banks, you know what I'm saying? And he's a whole Fresh Prince. I don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, women are like the only thing that can like drive a man to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was wars started over women, you know what I'm saying? Cheating, having one, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's one of them things that unfortunately people don't give enough respect to on this planet. And when you think about it, the man and woman relationship is the most important relationship on this planet. It's like two humans, like it's the number one relationship. When you talk about men, okay, you and your guy, that's cool. Your girls, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But the man and woman is everything on this planet, and we treat it like it's nothing. You know
I'm gonna put this point out here because Leslie's like, Will ain't got women. So the thing is, like, was it after the fact that they have admitted that they were in an open marriage?
What after the fact?
After the slap that was heard across the world. Did they admit that they had an open marriage, or was that open like before, after the whole entanglement issue?
Look. They never really said that they was in an open relationship, but you could pretty much tell that that's what it is. Not that I can remember. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the coaching gang. We not gonna act like Will ain't got women. Yeah, that's true. Right. Will got women. He do, but he ain't get caught. You know what I'm
The
saying?
thing is, though, we need to address the fact: do they have an open marriage or not? Right? Because if they did, clearly he wouldn't behave that way. He would have kind of, let it go. Excuse me. Smell like dirty muskets. Oh, gross. So that's the thing. If they were in an open marriage, Will wouldn't have taken offense to any type of a statement of her being with anyone else, right?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter if she had an entanglement with August, right? That wouldn't matter because it would have already been stated that they were in an open marriage. So it'd be like, okay, well, who cares? What you guys do on your own time is what you're doing on your own time. No one cares.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they treated it like, okay, well, no, it wasn't an open marriage, and Jada went and cheated on him, and this happened, but then it's like, so what's the truth?
I think it was, though. I think it was. Like, I think Will was doing his own thing, and Jada was doing her own thing, too. But like I said, like, Jada got caught. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, she got him out here looking crazy. Because, like, when you've been famous for so long, like, Will was a kid when he first got famous, like 19, 20, maybe even younger. So he started off as a rapper. So, like, he's been in the limelight for so long. Image is everything for them. You know what I'm saying? So he's always had to battle that. Her relationship with Tupac every other year, she crying about Tupac, talking about Tupac and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he just reached a point where he just boiled over. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, he took it out on Chris Rock's face. You know what I'm saying?
On his face. Okay, but now let's go over to the men. Why would men cheat on women?
Because it's a Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday, and she doesn't make great tacos.
Yeah, it's Taco Tuesday, and I just want something to do. You know what I'm saying? But no, like when it comes to men, we're wired different. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, when it comes to women, for the most part, if a woman cheat on you, it's been thought, it's been planned. It's like it's some stuff going on. For a man,
yeah,
we just cheat because it is like it's no connection. We can just do it and move on. Like women are different. Y'all hold on. You know what I'm saying? Unless soul ties are real too. But I guess men, our soul ties can be a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like we can do that and move on. So it's not really no rhyme or no reason on why men cheat. And let's be clear. Like it can be a reason where a man can be hurt. He can be missing some things. You know what I'm saying? That's just extra reason. You know what I'm saying? Like shouts out to the culture game. Men gotta have it. Like that's just what it is. Like it's just in us. Cause like when you think about it, look, a big butt and a smile. Shouts out to the culture game. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But like think about it. When little boys are little kids and you gotta have some little boy, what all the little women say? Ooh, he gonna be a little heartbreaker. He gonna have them all like a little charmer, a little player. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's in our DNA to like you know what I'm saying, pursue women and just do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily a rhyme or reason. We just reach a point where we grow out of it. Some men never do. You know what I'm saying? And they just continue.
If that's like the whole case for you guys, like this is just hardwired in, this is what's just going to happen, this is just what it is. So then why would you get upset if a woman cheated on you?
Because. What you mean? Because we can't take what y'all take. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You know what I'm saying? We can't take it. We can't take it. Like it's crazy. It's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Like at the same time, we can detach, but when you find out that your woman cheat, like it cuts like a knife. Because now we're talking about ego, thinking about your woman with another dude. Like it's just tough. It is tough. And that's what I'm saying. Shouts out to women. Because y'all put up with a lot, way more than what we could put up with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all more forgiving. Y'all more understanding. And for men, we not built like that. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of brings me to this, what I wanted to talk to you about. Check this out. She cheated on him while they were together. She got pregnant with someone else, by someone else, yet he still loves her and he is ready to adopt her child as his own. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that? You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it.
What would you do?
See, this is what I'm saying. Like this conversation that we had. Like, I don't know if I could do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that man thing. Like, now you could.
It's a souvenir of what she did, a keepsake.
Like it's different. It's different when, okay, she just cheated and you could try to move past it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But now you got a whole baby. Like, that's different. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, just from a man, a lot of men that will be able to fight through that. You know what I'm saying? Because it is something that's real tough. One of the guys, look, check this out. Don't marry a man that caught you cheating on him when you were dating. Either even if he claims that he's forgiven you for it, count your blessings and moved on. If you marry him, he's gonna taunt you with it and play God on you. Men hardly ever forgive cheating women. You know what I'm saying? Don't be desperate. You see what I'm saying? And that's a fact. Like, women really don't, men really don't forgive like y'all forgive. You know what I'm saying? But we expect y'all to forgive. It's just one of them things when we talk about men and women. You know what I'm saying?
I also think, if you're prone to cheating, if you just know, like, you're in a relationship here and there, whatever, but you just find you're not satisfied with one person, I find, like, just don't commit to one person. Don't get married. Because why? If you know you have this track record, okay, well, after 6 months, I'm just going to be with someone else. Why? Why do it? Because now, and this I think goes for both ways, because then that way no one's really getting their heart broken. It's just like, or be upfront. This is who I am. I'll be with you for so long, but just know that it's going to get sour pretty quick, and then that's it, right? So, because there are more women than men right through here. On this planet, there are way more women than men. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, I have been kind of watching this other podcasting, and it's very interesting. He talks about relationships and kind of things like that, but also about, high status men. So it was quite interesting for him to say, and I don't know how true this is because I haven't really done my research, because this podcasting is through the States and I'm here in Canada. So I don't know if it's across the world or what it is, but he's saying, if you're a higher status man who makes a lot of money, that, women will go for you all the time. You're big, huge status, you got a lot of money, all this stuff. But then in turn, he has more pick of the litter per se, right? He can go 100%. And be like, I want you and I want you and I want you and I want you and you. And that's okay with the world. Do you agree with that?
I agree because it's true, but is it good? No, but it's true. When we talk about high value men.
What's your opinion? Your opinion.
My opinion, do I think it's good?
Yeah, do you agree with it? Do you agree that it's a good thing, or do you disagree and think, well,
Like I said, I agree because it's true. You know what I mean? When we talk about high value men, you know what I'm saying? I think it's 10% of men are high value, especially when we talk about, I think it's less than that when we talk about black men as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just high value men.
It's like 2%.
Absolutely. So when we talk about men that's that level, we talk about 6 figures or better. You know what I'm talking about? It's not that many men. So when we got more women out here that's drawn to those type of men, they're willing to accept it. You know what I'm talking about? And they're willing to do whatever they need to do to grab those type of men. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of them out here. And that means a lot of men, unfortunately, they get to do what they want to do. But I'm from the era or the understanding of just be honest.
Yeah.
Just be truthful. You don't have to lie. If you want to, live that type of lifestyle and be single and be dating, that's fine. You know what I mean? Just don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when things get crazy. But when we talk about high value men, there's not a lot of high value women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we talk about in comparisons, because it's a lot of women out here that are high value and they don't feel like they need a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's really funny because high status men will have all the women, whereas the high status woman will be like, I don't need no man out here.
I don't need no man. I'm independent. You know what I'm saying?
Is that interesting? Whereas you would think high value, that they would automatically click together and be like, okay, we're the ultimate power couple. But it totally repels each other completely. So I think because the high value man, he can walk around with 20 women on his arm, and all those women are like, oh, I got, this hockey player, or I got this baseball player, or I got, whoever, this actor or whatever. And they're all proud because they're all his women. Whereas, I don't know, like, I would just be like, he's mine.
Yeah.
You guys find your own.
Yeah. Shouts out to the culture game. Men tell dumb lies, women tell big lies. You know what I'm saying?
Big eyes.
That's a fact. I like this too. Shouts out to the culture gang and say 45 to 50% of women share their men and probably know it. What you think about that?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No. No. But I just mine. Selfish. I'm selfish. That's like hands off, man.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You have to figure out what type of person you are, what type of relationship you want, because there are, and I'm just learning all this. I didn't know all this stuff until like probably over a year or so ago, because I've been watching this content and I'm just like, just crazy. But yeah, women are now more prone to just have so many partners or whatever. And it's just like, they'll share guys, or it's like 2 guys and a girl, or 2 girls and a guy in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just like, they're not cheating. They're with 3 people. I'm like, I never, I've heard about different genders or different, male or like gays or lesbian, that type of stuff. But I never heard about like these types of things where it's like a few people together in a relationship. And I'm just like, so all these rules have changed over the past couple of years. So then it's like, well, then how does cheating get into that when it's like, say I have 2 guys, and then it's like, well, then I go and want to go with another guy, and then that's cheating. Like,
I don't think it's cheating. I don't think it's cheating if everybody know what it is. Like, if everybody's involved, know that you're dating multiple people. Like, I'm dating. You know what I'm saying? So how is it cheating if you know I'm dating? It only becomes cheating when you make it exclusive. You know what I'm saying? When you say, okay, me and you together, and we just gonna be exclusive, and now you step outside of that. Now you're cheating. But if I'm just out here dating, you can't call me a cheater. And you know what I'm saying? But it brings me to my question I want to ask you. What do you consider cheating? What is cheating? Because right here it say flirting is cheating. Leaking up, hiding it from your partner is cheating. Messaging other people behind your partner's back is also cheating. Once you start hiding, deleting, and putting things in on DNA, it's still cheating. You know what I'm saying? And when I can't see the bottom, hold on. Let me stop that. And it said, I don't have to be physical. Don't get it twisted. So, what do you consider cheating when we're talking about just being in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't think everything you might think is cheating. You know what I'm saying?
There's emotional cheating.
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean. If you You are just everything that whole picture just explained. If you have to hide messages, you have to do this, you have to do that, you're trying to hide something, and you're just not open with the other person saying, I'm getting attention from somebody else because you're just not cutting it for me. That's when it really does start. I think you really need to be up and open and honest about it right away, because maybe it's on the verge of cheating. Maybe it's not quite there, but I think a moment where, you're like, oh, I want to, just the thought. I'm just like, oh, I want to message that person because I'm starting to get that interest. Then I think like that's now you're borderline. Like you're like, and even maybe just go to your partner. Like, hey, I don't know why I'm having these thoughts or whatever. And, this has kind of crossed my mind. However, I do know, because men and women are wired differently, men are always going to look. Well, actually, you know what? Both sexes are actually going to look. There is eye candy out there, like, whatever.
Absolutely. Look, and I don't want to be with a woman that I can't look.
Yeah.
Like we human. Like, if I see a big old nice little rump shaker walk past me, I should be able to look. Like, and she see me look, and she be okay with it. The same thing for her though. Like, I'm not gonna be crazy and act like if she don't see somebody, she
after her. No, like I agree with that. I actually think like if you're with your partner, you're walking down the street, someone else is checking them out, I would be kind of proud being like, okay, well, I'm going home with them. I'm with them. The person that you think is so hot, I'm with them. It's just like your prize, right? So it's like be proud of like, okay, they're with me and they're checking out, great. Like, and then that person's taking, your partner's taking care of themselves. Like you're taking care of each other, and it's healthy, a healthy relationship, right? Yeah. Window shopping is not against the law. Yeah, like, and that's the thing, like we all watch movies. There's like actors, actresses that we think hot. We had these crushes on when we were little and things like that. But it's when it goes past that, then it becomes a problem. Like you're out there messaging that celebrity on Instagram to hook up, then there's a problem. But again, yeah, everyone's going to check out someone here or there because it is kind of natural. But I think it's like the prolonged stare, then it might be like, okay, well, is there something there? Did you need to go get her number? Is there something?
Yeah.
How, peak, look, whatever. It's only natural. It's going to happen. Don't get crazy over it. However, I think there will be a point, like if they're looking way too much at someone, or you find like the other person wants to go out to movies or dinners or the bar or things like that, and they're consistently looking, then maybe have a discussion about it and say, okay, well, am I still attractive to you? Or, do you want to stop the relationship because you're too tempted to look somewhere else? Maybe, possibility. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Like I get it. Like they said, like the coach again said, it's nothing wrong with window shopping. We all human. Just because you with somebody, that don't turn off your other senses. Like this comment, this is the age of the stripper culture. So the lines are blurred these days. I believe many men learn from watching porn and they carry it into their relationships. What do you think about that? Like, do you consider porn a form of cheating? And do you think it could be too much coming into a relationship and kind of blur things? Like start mixing fantasy with reality and make you go look for other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think there's another line to that as well. Mm-hmm. I believe perhaps sometimes it can be a tool to help you in certain ways, ideas maybe, or whatever, with your partner, have that discussion. Because,
communication, that's the key. You know what I'm saying?
Communication is the key because maybe, your partners they want to try something new because they want to experience that with you, right? Which is a great thing. You don't want to with our partners, great, wonderful. This is awesome. But if you're like, okay, I don't want whips, I don't want masks, I don't want no leather.
Pineapples.
Yeah. So if you're making the safety word, then to have a discussion where what's the limit? I'm not comfortable with this. We're not doing that. And if you feel you need to do that somewhere else, game over.
Yeah.
You know, have that, because it can become such an addiction. And I don't think enough people really know this. It can become a huge problem where you get desensitized.
Yeah.
And then you start treating, it can be male or female, it can go either way. Usually, I hate to say it's usually the men, but it becomes like they thrive for it. They want more and more and more. And it just, you become more animalistic. It doesn't become an activity together. It becomes that he's craving more because he's seeing and looking for more.
Yeah.
So, very limited, I would say. And because, why not try and be creative together? Why not think of your own things together without having to go there? Google up a couple things instead of watching it. Just look, like, there's articles on the internet of like so many different ways to do things, right? So many things, like how to please your partner in bed, probably like 500 ways to please them, or whatever. There's whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not like, there's other ways to go around it instead of actually having to watch it physically, right? There's other instructional ways to do it. Or if your partner is comfortable enough, then maybe, you guys can watch it together. I am quite the person that I'm against porn. Quite like, no. Like,
so you don't deal with the porn.
I'm very highly against it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, that's why I'm saying, like, what do you do statistically?
Yeah.
Because there are statistics out there. There's been actual research done that, it can lead to actual crimes, right? Where because they want more and then more, then it comes to handcuffs and things where it's like, the woman is tied down. Let's say even the man gets tied down, and it actually becomes extremely dangerous. So you have to be very careful of what you're doing. And Leslie, thank you for your comment. Sometimes men just want a box that's not attached to you.
That's a fact. You know what I mean? And it's just that simple.
Yeah, but I think, like, highly, it's just communication, right? I don't understand women that turn to other women who act like men, right? Oh, that's kind of weird too. I think it's a good thing that sometimes women can actually talk to each other about, maybe how they're pleasured in bed, because they get ideas that way too, or what, and then, that's why we do have like friend circles and things like that, and, other couples and whatever. It's good to kind of get some info off of each other.
Yeah,
to be
absolutely.
able to learn things that way, because sometimes we also have to remember porn is actually movies. Porn is actually fantasy, right?
Absolutely. And that line get blurred with the fantasy and the reality. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So we have to also remember, like, this isn't real. Even though it may look real or things like that, or maybe those acts are real between other people, but at the same time, they are actors. They're getting paid to do that.
That's a fact.
So we have to remember that is fantasy. So what may look like whatever, just talk to your partner and be like, hey, are you okay with doing something like this? Or can we do something similar? Because I want to try it. Or maybe their partner's heard it from someone else. You're at, your husband's at work, and he heard that him and his wife were doing bondage, whatever. And you're like, you look it up and you're like, okay, this is what it is. Maybe you want to try it, but talk. This is why you're in a relationship, is to be able to be comfortable with each other, be able to explore together, be able to have that openness, because otherwise, why be in there? Why, if you want to go, I think there's probably even clubs or some other place that they do these things, and it's
very
like,
much so. So let me ask you this. You have certain things that you just won't do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody has their
boundaries, limits, 100%.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. Just to say you've been in a relationship for so many years, you've been married for so many years, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And now your partner, your husband, or whatever the case may be, wants to kind of experience other things, you know what I'm saying, and kind of bring some different things into the relationship to kind of spice it up. And you're not quite there, you know what I'm saying? But, when sex is good, it's 10% of the relationship. When it's bad, it's 90% of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, so what would you do in that kind of situation? Like, will you stand on your ground? You know what I'm saying? Or would you be more willing to open up and kind of experiment to kind of save the relationship, so to speak? Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking, you know, that was Rose of Karma Sutra. Yeah, exactly. I think because I'm assuming, like, let's say we have a wonderful relationship and it's great.
Absolutely.
With each other. I would say, Kate, you know, you want to try something. Let's kind of maybe try a little bit to see if I'm comfortable with it. A little bit, you know, and then they're being supportive along the way of doing it or whatever. And things are done. It's not rushed. It's not, and there's no timeline to do things. You're not rushing out the door. You don't have to be where, like, you dedicate some time aside. Then, you know, maybe it would be a little bit better because you're communicating. You're going to be gentle with each other. You know you're safe, right? Because for me, safety is a huge thing for me.
Absolutely.
Because, and also in today's day and age as well, because there are so many, like, you know, sexual assaults that do happen, things like that. And it can be between partners that you've known for a long time. People come back 10 years down the road and, hey, my partner did this or this or this. So we want to avoid that as well. Make sure you're very clear. I'm just going to say this for the sake of this whole streaming, this whole podcast right now, is because make sure you're 100% consent.
Because you'll be surprised how many people are in relationships and they feel like they've been sexually assaulted, and necessarily the partner not even necessarily feel like they did it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, that their partner, the other partner who feels sexually assaulted, feel like that, and you not even know it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of that going on in a relationship. So, like you said, consent and communication is very, very important because it's a fine line. It's a thin line. You know what I'm saying?
Because I will say this, it's happened to me before, and I was actually assaulted when I was little. And so when things can happen sexually and they don't mean to, sometimes they get carried away. You can literally have a flashback to when that happened when you were little. So, and that's happened to me. So it's like, you know, you have to make sure you're safe with that person, and you know, like, their interests are not to hurt you. Their interests are just like you to explore. So you have to be able to mentally separate from things and let the other person know, hey, I was assaulted when I was little. This stuff happened, but I trust you, and we've been together for so long, and I'm okay with this. But again, communication, consent, 100% all the way. So then, as long as they knew my past, they knew I'm, you know, can be pushed to the edge sometimes of like, no, I don't want to do anything, whatever. And you have that consent, everything's good. I'd be like, okay, let's try it. Let's, you know, we trust each other enough. We love each other enough. I'm okay to be able to go further and be able to please you and try something different. You know, because you should absolutely have that trust and respect for the other person at that point.
It's very important. It's very important.
Yeah.
It is. And that's why shows like this is something that we're gonna do a lot. You know what I mean? Because like I said at the top of the show, shout out to the culture game. That's why prostitution is going strong and probably growing at a same rate as the stripper culture. Prostitutes been around forever. Now it's more on the down low these days.
Yeah, actually, it's not even that. There's OnlyFans, and there's just like even apps. Like, it's not even like dating apps, but apps of just like that you can hook up and things like that. Like, women are making themselves more prone to being like a prostitute, right? And it's become part of the culture where it's acceptable. But the thing is that so many men, and this can go along again with the whole porn thing, is that so many men get so addicted to just having sex with so many different women that it can come to a point where they actually don't connect with anyone, and they actually miss out on having that just one special bond or that relationship where they actually need it. Whereas, you know, you're going from one person, you're so desensitized, and it's just like you're not actually, like, you're not, it's like using your brain in a certain type of a way where it actually is, it's best for you. It's actually a healthy thing for you. So you'll find more and more men are just because there's such a buffet of women out there, different
a smorgasbord.
100% right at their fingertips. Come on over, this or that.
Yeah.
I have $50. Show me your stuff on TV, this, that, whatever. It's right there. But the thing is that after a while, either you're going to get super sick of it and you're never going to want to ever see a woman again, or you're just going to keep treating women to the point where you're going to really just treat them badly. Because maybe one point you'll be on a date with someone you think you care about. They're not going to give you everything you want, and you may actually get, upset because they're not giving you what you want, right? So there is a fine line to everything out there. It's interesting. It really has what's happened over the past 5-6 years.
Shouts out to the culture game, man. They pretty much said respect they are the nurture culture 9 out of 10 times. And that's just what it boils down to: respect, honesty, and just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much that goes on when we talk about men and women, and we need the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna connection. We're gonna talk about everything. Y'all already know the vibe. We are locked in. We're gonna be back next week. Same type of vibe, same type of energy. Giving you news you can use. Tapping in. You know what I mean? We may have somebody that you want to see. We're gonna interview, and we may have a dope conversation. You never know with us. We're gonna play games. We're gonna do all types of stuff. We locked in right here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got another comment from the coach gang. Some men turn. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Some men turn to men. Whenever you get any woman, the challenge is gone. So they turn to men. I use celebrity men. Interesting. So now are you saying that they turn to men for advice, or they turn to men to seduce as like another partner? Is it seduction? That the challenge is gone. What do you say? Yeah. Yeah, but and that's the thing too. I just want to reiterate like something real quick is that
relationships.
Okay. Yeah. I also want to say to the point too where women have lost a lot of modesty in a way. Okay. So we're talking modesty. There's modesty in dress. There's modesty in behavior. There's modesty even in eating, things like that. So I think that's also something that men and women should, I think women have to portray themselves a little bit like more modest. And, you can be sexy without having to flaunt all your skin off, because sometimes men do need a little bit of, hidden stuff to be like, hey, maybe I'm a little more curious now because, she's hiding something. Is it nice? Is it ugly? Is it, it gets more curiosity, but in a better way. Absolutely. Instead of just like, because it's right there and available, right? And then modesty and behavior, like, are these women just walking down the street with their boobs out and they're leaning over your car ready for action? Whereas what are you really looking for? Are you looking for a lady who can be a freak in the sheets? Because women can do that. Or are you looking for this freaky lady who's already on the street and you just want her in bed? That's it. Like, it's all one package.
Yeah.
What would you look for, Bigg? Well, what do you think is all from modesty, and what's your take on that?
For me, when you're a little younger, you want your woman to, you look at other women that have dress, and even now, you look at that, it's good to look at, but when it's your woman, you might not like her to dress like that, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're younger. But for me, as I got older, I started realizing that, you let a woman be a woman. You know what I'm saying? Just because she dressed a certain way don't dictate how she carry herself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it can just be a fashion thing. You know what I'm saying? But let's be clear what type of world we live in. You can't dress like that and not expect certain energy. That's what it's all about. So you gotta find your balance. If you outside and you constantly pulling your clothes down, and that means you feeling uncomfortable.
I've done that before. I like wear this like super short skirt, and I'm standing up getting dressed, and I look in the mirror, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Let's see about my knees. It looks, pretty good. It looks like, but then you sit down and then you realize like it bumps up a little bit and you're like, and then people start looking at you at a restaurant and you're like, okay.
Okay, they say I got an echo. I hear it too. I hear it too. But so what we gonna do? We got some technical difficulties. We gonna go ahead and end the show because it's echoing a little bit. But we thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. We're gonna be right back next Tuesday with the same type of energy, same type of vibe, giving you things you can use right here on the Culture Connection, right here.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys have any questions or you have other ideas for a show, just for like one of these evenings where we just kind of grind it out and we just talk and, by all means, send us a message and we'll, get into things with someone. If you want to even be on as a guest and come in and talk with us as well on these matters, you by all means can, but just contact one of us and we'll do that for you. So you guys, thank you for coming in this evening and for your comments and just for your opinions and everything. It's really nice to be able to see that, we got some good heads on our shoulders out here still. So really good to see. So thank you guys for coming in this evening. Big Well, thank you as well.
You already know.
Always a pleasure coming from the States, Canada, coming together. But knowing that even though we are from different countries, different cultures, we still kind of have the same ideologies on a few things. And you're male and I'm female. So it's interesting to see. And thank you also for, your perspective on things as well. I appreciate that as well.
So to next week. We out of here.
All you gotta do is hush, you ain't gotta say much when you make that right